Key issues in waste disposal. The key issues in waste disposal are environmental impact. Waste disposal can have a significant impact on the environment, including pollution of the air, water, and soil. Public health. Waste disposal can also pose a public health risk if not done properly. Cost. Waste disposal can be expensive, especially for hazardous waste. Disposal options. The most common waste disposal options are landfills. Landfills are the most common method of waste disposal. They are relatively inexpensive, but they can have a significant impact on the environment. Incineration. Incineration is the process of burning waste to reduce its volume. It can be a very effective method of waste disposal, but it can also produce air pollution. Composting. Composting is the process of breaking down organic waste into a nutrient-rich soil amendment. It is a very sustainable method of waste disposal, but it is not suitable for all types of waste. Recycling. Recycling is the process of converting waste materials into new materials and objects. It is a very sustainable method of waste disposal, but it is not suitable for all types of waste. Selection criteria. The selection of a waste disposal option depends on a number of factors, including type of waste. The type of waste will determine which disposal options are available. For example, hazardous waste cannot be disposed of in a landfill. Volume of waste. The volume of waste will also affect the selection of a disposal option. For example, incineration may be the best option for large volumes of waste. Cost. The cost of waste disposal is another important factor to consider. Environmental impact. The environmental impact of waste disposal is also a very important factor to consider. Conclusion. Waste disposal is a complex issue with no easy solutions. The best waste disposal option for a particular situation will depend on a number of factors, including the type of waste, the volume of waste, the cost, and the environmental impact. It is important to note that waste disposal is a last resort. It is always better to reduce, reuse, or recycle waste whenever possible. The collection and storage components of waste disposal are the first two steps in the waste management process. Collection involves gathering waste from its source, while storage involves holding waste in a safe and sanitary manner until it can be disposed of. Collection components. The collection components of waste disposal include collection containers. Collection containers are used to store waste until it can be collected. Common collection containers include bins, carts, and dumpsters. Collection vehicles. Collection vehicles are used to transport waste from its source to a storage or disposal facility. Common collection vehicles include garbage trucks, recycling trucks, and compost trucks. Collection personnel. Collection personnel are responsible for collecting waste from its source and transporting it to a storage or disposal facility. Storage components. The storage components of waste disposal include storage containers. Storage containers are used to hold waste until it can be disposed of. Common storage containers include bins, carts, dumpsters, and transfer stations. Transfer stations. Transfer stations are facilities where waste is transferred from small collection vehicles to larger disposal vehicles. Transfer stations can help to reduce the cost and environmental impact of waste transportation. The design and implementation of the collection and storage components of waste disposal is important for ensuring that waste is managed in a safe and efficient manner. The following factors should be considered when designing and implementing these components. Type and volume of waste. The type and volume of waste generated in the community will determine the size and type of collection and storage containers needed. Collection frequency. The frequency of waste collection will also affect the design and implementation of the collection and storage components. Storage capacity. The storage capacity needed will depend on the volume of waste generated and the frequency of collection. Environmental regulations. Environmental regulations may also affect the design and implementation of the collection and storage components. By carefully considering these factors, communities can design and implement collection and storage components that are efficient, effective, and environmentally sound. There are a variety of options for the disposal of solid waste, each with its own advantages and disadvantages. The most common options include landfills. Landfills are the most common method of solid waste disposal. They are relatively inexpensive, but they can have a significant impact on the environment, including pollution of the air, water, and soil. Incineration. Incineration is the process of burning waste to reduce its volume. It can be a very effective method of waste disposal, but it can also produce air pollution. Composting. Composting is the process of breaking down organic waste into a nutrient-rich soil amendment. It is a very sustainable method of waste disposal, but it is not suitable for all types of waste. Recycling. Recycling is the process of converting waste materials into new materials and objects. It is a very sustainable method of waste disposal, but it is not suitable for all types of waste. In addition to these four main options, there are a number of other methods for disposing of solid waste, including pyrolysis. Pyrolysis is the process of heating waste in the absence of oxygen to produce a variety of products, including char, oil, and gas. Gasification. Gasification is the process of heating waste in a controlled environment to produce a syngas that can be used as a fuel. Plasma arc gasification. Plasma arc gasification is a high-temperature process that can be used to convert solid waste into a variety of products, including syngas, char, and vitrified slag. Landfilling with energy recovery. Landfilling with energy recovery involves capturing the methane gas produced from waste decomposition and using it to generate electricity or heat. The selection of the best method for disposing of solid waste will depend on a number of factors, including the type and volume of waste generated, the cost of disposal, and the environmental impact. In general, the most sustainable options for waste disposal are composting and recycling. These methods reduce the amount of waste that needs to be disposed of in landfills or incinerators, and they can also produce valuable products, such as compost and recycled materials. However, not all types of waste can be composted or recycled. For example, hazardous waste and medical waste cannot be disposed of in a landfill or incinerator. In these cases, other methods, such as pyrolysis or plasma arc gasification, may be more appropriate. Ultimately, the best way to reduce the environmental impact of waste disposal is to reduce the amount of waste that is generated in the first place. This can be done by preventing waste, reusing materials, and recycling whenever possible.